Okay, so we're doing another video segment this week. It's called
Collector's edition.
what do we call it?
It's collector's edition.
Hey, check this shit out. Is
It's
that what we're
adult show and tell is what it really is.
and it's called Hey, check
Where's your
this out. It's right here. So,
By the way, if you're listening on the podcast, we love you.
sorry. Find a exit. Turn on YouTube like a man. Okay.
All right, so this segment is basically
Physical media.
it's our love for physical media, the memories that come with it, the media itself, all sorts of fun stuff.
Collector's items, all sorts of,
But yes,
yeah. Or,
all that
and
fun
or,
jazz.
And or just, stuff that we really love.
Mhm.
Now, back in 1989, this movie came out called Batman, and starred Michael
Not
Keaton.
the Batman.
Yeah, right. Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and Tim Burton. You might have heard of it. Anyway, my brother was like huge into this movie, and there was a movie theater downtown, and the only way you could get from our house in Coralville to downtown was about a 20-minute ride on the interstate, and then, you know what I mean? So my brother made t-shirts for like me and him and like his three best friends. We got tickets. We sat outside. I mean, we did the whole thing, right?
You didn't even have Twitter or the internet.
No.
Any of it.
And by the way, it was palpable how much people hated the idea of Michael Keaton doing this, and proved him wrong.
People
obviously.
hated Heath Ledger's Joker.
Well, dude, everybody knew Michael Keaton at that point as Mr. Mom. He was not you know what I mean?
True.
I mean, he had done some dramatic roles. Anyway,
what are we talking about today,
just hang
Tyler?
on. We get down to the thing, and I don't have my glasses because I don't wear them full time, but I need them to watch the movie. We get down to the theater. We're sitting in line, and I go to my brother and I say, I forgot my glasses. And he goes, are you fucking serious? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, you seriously want me to take you home and get your glasses now? 10 minutes before the movie's, whatever, right? And I'm just like, yes, I'm so sorry. And I totally almost ruined that for him, but we got back in time. Anyway, one of the craziest things about that movie is the soundtrack by Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this thing is it's a movie can, if you can kind of see it embossed with the Batman symbol on it.
Black on black, so it might be hard to see.
Right. It's if we put it close enough with the lights, should be able to kind of see. Yeah, you can see it. There
I
you
think
go.
so, yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
So it's the original soundtrack, and it's like the first edition. So it's got the CD in it. But here's something really cool. It's got little pictures from the movie inside of it, and then it's got all lyrics, right? But here's the coolest thing. Okay, so for instance, the first song is called "The Future," right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about the future. Lead vocal by Batman. Electric Chair, lead vocal by Joker.
Nice.
The Arms of Orion, duet by Vicky Vale and Bruce Wayne. Like, this is fucking groundbreaking and forward-thinking and absolutely batshit insane of Prince to do this. I mean, obviously it's Prince singing,
Yeah.
not any of these other guys. But my favorite part of this thing...
What about Bat Dance? Who's the lead vocals on Bat Dance?
Let's fucking look, because it'll tell us. Bat Dance, which one? Okay, Bat Dance is Party Man. There is no song called Bat Dance, dude.
Well,
it's The Future.
Oh, I think it's probably just Party Man then.
Party Man is the Joker, dude.
All right, you know what? The
Vicky
Joker.
Waiting.
That's the Party Man is one of the.
Is by
Art
Bruce
Gallery.
Wayne, and Trust. Yes, Party Man, and Trust is lead vocal by the Joker too. We got another one. Lemon Crush by Vicky Vale, Scandalous by Batman, so on. Oh, Bat Dance, lead vocals by the Joker, Gemini, Vicky Vale, Bruce Wayne, and Batman.
There you go.
So he's doing double duty. But my favorite part of this whole thing, where is it? Presents. What is it? Special guest presence by Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, and Kim Basinger. And all he's saying is that he fucking clipped audio clips from the movie because they're in the soundtrack and whatnot. But again, what a crazy... this would probably be worth a lot more if it didn't have that big scratch in the middle. But yeah, this is... how many years ago was 1989?
34?
This is 34 years old. Older than this asshole.
Wow.
I just called him an
I'm
asshole.
impressed you kept it that long, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure the reason why we still have it is because my brother had it for a long time. It's not really mine, but as long as we don't tell him, he won't know.
So adults show and tell continues.
Yeah.
With
that was fun.
With collector's edition.
I wasn't done, but you're
I thought you were
chomping at the bit. No,
well, I thought you were done.
I'm totally done.
You done?
I'm totally done.
What do you want from me?
What the fuck you want from me?
Yeah. So my pick this week is the Blu-ray. Pulled out the slipcover.
Ooh.
It's the Blu-ray.
You know what we're gonna do next
Logan.
time we do this, by the way, is that when I'm telling about my thing, you're gonna hold my microphone. In fact, let's do that right now.
Why?
So you can show off stuff and still talk. Because I wanted to have two hands to show this off.
Well, then why do we put them in the stands? I thought the idea was to be more relaxed.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I could do a lot of things one-handed, pal. All right, so my collector's item is Logan on Blu-ray. Which the thing that I really wanted to talk about was they made a big deal about when they released this Blu-ray. That they had Logan Noir. It was the movie in black and white.
They released it in theaters, I think, too, for a limited run.
Maybe.
I think.
And because this idea of watching this actually came up from us talking about Werewolf by Night and how we're like, why is it in color? It looks so great in black and white.
Yeah.
So I gave this last viewing, I gave Logan Noir a shot, and I would argue that it's looks almost better than the original movie. And the original movie looked great. Had these great, it was clearly with them doing a modern Western and with these big, wide landscape shots and these like deep orange and yellow colors and like this gritty desert feel, at least in the first act of the movie. Mm-hmm. And that shines so well in black and white. It's insane how good it looks in the daylight. With, like, there's just so many shots. Because this is let's be honest, because it is like a noir story, it's a more adult story, it's a road story, but it's also very much like this noir feel of, even without the black and white, there is that feel to it. And then adding that, there's just so many great shots that already looked great in the movie, but look almost even better in black and white. It's crazy how just taking away that color makes that change and makes it even more impactful.
Yeah.
I think it the picture still looks great on Blu-ray. I think that it adds so much to this movie, and just rewatching it, I was like, man, this is so good. Because I remember coming out of the theater and thinking like, that was incredible. That was so much better than what I could imagine. And I truly, to this day, think it's probably one of the best comic book adaptations.
It's probably top 2 or 3 X-Men movies.
And what makes it so
say?
good is it takes a theme or an idea that you think is familiar with Old Man Logan, but it's not.
It's not at all.
It's not at all that story.
You could not film Old Man Logan, I don't think.
Well, they didn't have the rights to those characters. And they address...
Well, there's also the fact that Bruce...
Yeah, we're not getting into that. We're not getting into that. But, like, we don't want to. Ew. Well, and funny enough, on this Blu-ray, there's also a almost feature-length documentary making of Logan, and it is kind of great because it is like Hugh Jackman talking about the end of this story for him, and then Patrick. Well, at least so we thought. The end for Patrick Stewart and how all they did all that, and I don't think that Deadpool or Patrick Stewart showing up in Multiverse of Madness takes away from this at all. I still think these like having that and going back and watching it, it's still an amazing movie. It's still amazing performances.
To me, I don't even look at the character in Multiverse of Madness as the same character from the X-Men movies. I look at him as a live action representation of the Professor X from the cartoon. Honestly.
Yeah. And so
I mean,
that's the yellow chair and anyway, we're getting off topic. So
no shit.
I think
are we also off panel?
That's another thing that I add to having these Blu-rays and having these physical media, why it's important to have these, because we have things like this and you get insight into these movies. And I have always had a passion for understanding and seeing how these movies are made.
Oh yeah.
And so
this
this whole experience was so surprising for me, of just how much it's kind of enriched my love for movies. And I think it's because of hearing them talk about it and seeing what James Mangold did with the Wolverine in this, and hearing him talk about this story makes me really excited for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Especially if he's doing a biblical sword and sandals movie. But yeah, off topic.
Off panel.
It's still, again, to me, is one of the best. It's the best X-Men movie.
You could argue that number 2 is pretty.
No, that's not fair. You're right. It's not. It's not. It's
really good one.
It's not the best X-Men movie.
First Class is pretty.
But it's a great job.
Shut up.
What makes it so good is the fact that it is a character-driven story.
Yeah.
It is the end of his life. It's the end of this story. It's the end of this journey. And what better way to do that than have him taking care of an ailing father figure and then also become an adoptive parent.
Mm-hmm.
And tell that story. And it's just so great. And to see all the special features. I didn't watch all the deleted scenes. But also, weirdly enough, the violence is also great. Great. A weird phrasing. But the violence still looks visceral and gruesome in black and white. That doesn't dampen it. But, man, I forgot just how hardcore they went with this movie. Yeah. And I'm excited for what he does in Deadpool. So, yeah. Logan, big recommend if you can get it. And, by the way, that's the beauty of this. You hunt for these bad boys, you can probably get this super cheap at a local used.
We have a place in town called JCD and Hobby. You probably have some place like that in where you live, so go check it out.
Yeah, support local businesses.
A couple things that you brought up. Again, I had never actually thought about the character in Multiverse of Madness as anything but a separate character, if that makes sense, until you brought that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they the same character? They're technically, but eh. And then one thing I wanted to get along with that was the first 3 seasons of Barry, one of my favorite shows. At the end of every episode, the creator and Bill Hader, they sit down for a minute and a half, and they break down a couple of 1 or 2 things from that episode.
Yeah,
and it's so fucking cool to get that extra insight. I
do it with a lot of HBO shows.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a huge fan of anything that's hey, this is how we made it.
Support local businesses.
Whatever.
Buy physical media, because you know what? The streaming services are gonna take them away
and
anyway.
It's as much as fucking cable now. You know that.
Come on.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.